Hi everyone, welcome back. In our previous video, we were up to this. So we simply built the buttons for our calculator app, and today we will be adding all the functionalities to these buttons. Before that, these buttons here seems too small, so let's try to make them a bit larger. In order to do that, I will wrap this flat button with a container, and I'll do the same for all the flat buttons. Now let's increase the width of our sized box also. So if I'll run this code here, then you can see the output as this. So all the buttons are larger than before, and this seems perfect than before. Now let's add a horizontal line. For that, I will add a container just above our build button function, and I'll wrap this container with a padding widget. So this will simply create a horizontal line just above the buttons. After this, now we will create two fields for the question and answer section. For this, I'll add two text widgets. The first one will hold the questions and the second one will hold the answer. Since we want the text on the right of our app, so I'll wrap these two text widgets with the align widget. And this widget has a property called alignment. And this will take the value called alignment.bottomRight. Since we want the text to be at the right of our app, so this will simply take it to the right. And I'll do the same for the next text widget. Now let's provide some padding to this widget also. And as we know that the text style of the question and answer are different, so let's add the text style also. Now let's see how this looks like. So yeah, we have two fields, one for the questions and the next one for the answer. But we can't see the horizontal line since we forgot to provide the color to the horizontal line. So let's add it here. Now let's run this again. So yeah, we have our horizontal line. But till now, nothing happens when we pressed into this buttons. So let's try to make this. For this, let's declare two strings. The first string will hold the questions and the second string will hold the answer. After this, I'll create a method called button pressed, and inside this, I will append the string typed by the user on this null string. So this method will take a string as its parameter. And inside this, I will call the setState function. So this statement here will simply append the string typed by the user to the string question. Now we will pass these two strings on the text widget that we have built before. So let's do it here. So the first widget will be the question, and the second text widget will have the answer. Now we have to call this button pressed method in the unpressed of all the flat buttons. So let's do it here. And inside this button pressed method will pass the value of the text one. And I'll do the same for all the remaining buttons. Now let's see whether this works fine or not. So yeah, once we pressed into the buttons, then we can see the value of the buttons getting printed at the top. But we don't want to print the values of these two buttons in the screen. Instead, we want them to delete our content. So this button simply delete all the content in the screen, and we want this button to delete the last entry given by the user. For that, we will apply some condition in the on pressed of our flat button. So at first, inside our first flat button, we'll apply a condition. So if the text1 is equal to the operator AC, then we will simply mark the string as null, and if it is not, then we will simply display the same value of the string. So let's add that condition here. And once this AC button is pressed, then we want both answer and question to be clear. So I'll apply the same thing for the answer also. And as I've said before, the button CE will simply delete the last entry of the input given by the user. So for that, I'll create a method here. Let's call this method as onCEPressed. So this method will also take a string as its parameter. Inside this method, I'll call the setState method. So this statement will simply erase the last entry of the string given by the user. Now let's call this method on onPressed of our second flat button. So if the text2 is equal to the operator CE, then we will call the method onCEPressed, and if it is not equal to the operator CE, then we will simply print the same value of the button pressed. So let's add this logic here. And we also want to delete the answer when this button is pressed. So for this, I will call the method buttonPressed. And if it does not satisfy this condition, then we will simply print the same value of the text2. So I'll add the else here. Now let's see whether this works fine or not. Now as you can see in the screen, once I pressed into this button, then the last entry is getting erased, and once I'll press into this button, then the whole content is being erased. So yeah, this is working fine. Now once we press into this equal sign, then we want our calculator to perform all the calculation. For this we have a package called mathexpression. So let's add this in our povspec.aml file. You can go through the documentation to have the detailed information about how this package works. Since we want our calculator to perform only the basic calculation, so we will only use some selected components of it. As you can see here, at first we have to build the expression, and for this we have two ways. Either we can build the expression programmatically, or we can parse a string. So we will create an expression via the parser, and we will pass this particular line of code in our method. After this, in order to evaluate the expression, we will bind the variables with this line of code and evaluate the value as a real numbers. So we will be adding these two lines of code on our equalPressed method. So let's create the method first and pass all these lines of code inside the method. So yeah, we have added everything that we have seen in the documentation of the package. Now the only thing that is left here is this multiplication operator. So in order to multiply the two numbers, we use the sign asterisk. So for this, we will write a line of code inside our onEqualPressed method. So we will replace all the X sign with the sign asterisk. So this is all inside our onEqualPressed method. Now let's call this method on the onPressed of our flat button. So we will apply a next condition here. If the text4 is equal to the operator equal to, then we will call the method onEqualPressed, and if it is not equal to the operator, then we will simply print the value of the text4. So let's add it here. And we will call this method inside the setState. Now let's see whether this works fine or not. So if I'll press any buttons here, then you can see that our app is performing the calculation. And if I'll press into this button, then the answer and the last entry is being erased. And if I'll press into this button here, then everything is getting erased. So yeah, we finally made our calculator app, though the UI is not that similar to the final look of our app. So let's try to make it similar to that. So we will add some sized box to arrange this final look of our app. Now let's see the final look of our app. So yeah, now it is similar to the final look of our app. This is all for today. I'll come up with the new topic in the next video. Till then, keep watching.